and welcome to the Black Cat Bushcraft channel. I was just sitting here kind of taking it easy for a few minutes while filming some videos. Sky's starting to cloud up, the wind's starting to come in, and I can hear thunder off on the horizon. And those are all things that would make you in the woods think about setting up shelter if you don't already have it established. As a woodsman, I kind of get obsessive about certain aspects of my training at certain times, and here lately my mind has been focused on shelter. Obviously, one of our most important elements in our kit for constructing shelter is a tarp. I know a lot of people like to go more primitive with debris type shelters, and that's definitely an important skill to understand and know how to use those resources and know those methods. But in reality, if you think about it, tarps are lightweight, they're versatile, they're multifunctional, so it just makes sense that if you're going to carry kit, to carry a tarp. And so lately I've been trying to think about different types of configurations for tarp shelters and different ways that I can use that, set it up. And the other thing I'm thinking about is the context of the shelter that I'm constructing. I've posted a couple of videos recently about shelter, and one of them was a basic lean-to, like a basic emergency type lean-to shelter, and the other one was a plow point shelter, also a kind of emergency type shelter, very quick setup, very bare bones. And on the lean-to shelter, I got some negative comments, which is, I understand, no problem. And I think what it is people think about one context for a shelter. In other words, it's a driving rain. That's the first thing we think about. We think about bad weather, we think about rain. And that lean-to shelter, while it can keep you dry, may not be the best choice if your conditions are strictly driving rain or wind and rain. That might not be the best way to keep covered. However, let's say that you're trying to light a fire, you're cold and it's windy, and you set up that lean-to. It's going to make a great windbreak and a place for you to get up under and do your fire prep and get everything ready so you can get your fire started. So it makes an excellent shelter in that context. If it's just a light drizzle outside and you just need to get up under something for a few minutes, that's definitely a good option. Or again, if you're just getting up under there to prep your fire and everything so you can have that fire out in front of you, and now you want to take advantage of any reflection that may come from that tarp being behind you, reflecting heat back from your fire, then that lean-to makes perfect sense in that context. If we're thinking about high winds and driving rains, then the plow point style shelter tends to make more sense to me personally, just because it's a two-sided shelter, because of the triangle shape to it, it would tend to cut the wind better. And always remember too that every shelter, be it a plow point, a lean-to, or whatever, is adjustable up and down. If you want to open that shelter up to get more airflow, or if there's not as much of bad weather like wind and rain, then you can open that shelter up, especially in warmer weather conditions like we're experiencing now, to get that airflow and that circulation. If that weather was really bad and that rain was coming in, now you can lower the angle of that shelter and get more coverage closer to the ground. So again, whenever you're looking at different types of tarp shelters or shelters in general, think about the context of the shelter and understand that making a shelter is all dependent on the conditions. Is it hot weather? Is it cold weather? Is it, are you just trying to prep for a fire and break the wind off of you while you do that? Or are you trying to stay dry? All of these things make a difference in what type of shelter configuration that you might choose and might set up. But as a woodsman, or as somebody who's trying to be prepared or be knowledgeable in the ways of the woods, survival techniques, things like that, then it's important to study different methods and know as many as you can, because the more tools that we have in our toolbox, the more versatile we are as a woodsman or survivalist or whatever you want, a bushcrafter or whatever you want to call yourself. So again, with these shelter videos, and I'll have some more coming over time, just keep in mind that different shelters are set up because of the context that they're meant to be used in. Just a quick thought while I was sitting here resting, just kind of waiting to see if this rain's going to roll in and if I'm going to need to put up a shelter. I just thought I'd throw those ideas out there. So feel free to make comments and carry this on as a discussion amongst us here on this channel. And until the next video, I appreciate your interest, your support, all your feedback, kind comments. I hope to be talking to you with another video again very soon. Until the next one, take care. God bless.